This is a fourth stimulus check, stimulus program, and news update. We're getting right into the news, giving you fact-based, fast-paced updates. So in yesterday's video, I mentioned how New York and Maryland are going to offer their own vaccine lottery because of Ohio's success. Ohio offered a $5 million vaccine lottery, and it increased the vaccination rates by 28%. So New York is going to offer $5 million lottery. Maryland going to offer $40,000 per day for 40 days straight. Now we have two new states. We have Colorado offering a vaccine lottery. We have Oregon offering a $1 million vaccine lottery. So my question to you is, if you were not planning on getting vaccinated, would you do it for a chance to win $1 million? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. My prediction is that probably over the next few weeks, majority of states are going to offer vaccine lotteries. Also, some states are offering just $100 for people to get vaccinated. Also, what would you do? Would you get a guaranteed $100 or a chance to win $1 million? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Next, let's get into some pretty crazy news. It's a little scary, actually. So the IRS may have the ability to go into your bank account without your permission and do whatever they want. They could take the money out of your bank account. They could look at your bank account, monitor your bank account. Here's a video explaining more about what's happening.
On this IRS announcement today, now we know about the $80 billion, and we know they think they're going to collect $700 billion. I don't believe a word of it, by the way. But today they said they're going to dig in, they're going to propose greater enforcement, quote unquote, and start digging into your bank account. That the IRS can just go right into your bank account to look at all the transactions. They also mentioned cryptocurrencies for the same purpose. Now, isn't there a law or the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution or something that says that the IRS cannot just go in and look into your bank account or any other darn thing?
Well, if there isn't, there ought to be. I mean, it reminds me, and you'll remember this, when the IRS was going after conservative groups who had 501c4 status and harassing them and making it difficult for them to get qualified for that tax-exempt status. Yeah, we don't need an IRS snooping around in our records. They ought to be able to do their job without that.
So the IRS could go into your bank account, take out money if they want without your permission. They could just look at bank accounts, do anything they want pretty much with this. So this is the official legislation right here. This is the American Families Plan Tax Compliance Agenda. This is part of President Biden's plan, which is kind of scary. I'm not sure who would agree with this. So this is the main document right here. One of the things it says is provide the IRS resources it needs to address sophisticated tax evasion. Tax evasion means when you don't pay your taxes. So I feel like this is going to be spun in a way where they're going to just target rich people. It's not going to affect the poor people. Don't worry. It's not for the average American. We're just getting money that's owed to us, the $1 trillion. But in reality, if they could do it to rich people, they could do it to poor people. And what's to stop them there? If they could go into bank accounts, why not go for credit card debt? Why not go for medical debt or anything else like that? It's kind of scary. Another way I feel like they could spin this is they're going to say, hey, we could get an extra $1 trillion in tax money that's owed to us and give out stimulus checks. So my question to you is, what do you think about all this? Is this okay for the IRS to go into your bank account without permission? Is this a good idea, bad idea? Also, if they were to say we're using this money for stimulus checks, would you be okay with it then? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. Personally, I don't like this at all. I think this is a huge invasion of privacy, and I hope this does not go through. I'll keep you updated on what happens with this. Next, we finally have some movement with stimulus or infrastructure package negotiations. So the White House offers Republicans $1.7 trillion in the infrastructure plan, down from $2.3 trillion. So Republicans initially offered $568 billion back in April. Now White House is going down to $1.7 trillion. Republicans say that they could go as much as $800 billion. So the White House press secretary Jen Psaki said, "This is the art of seeking common ground. This proposal exhibits a willingness to come down in size, giving in on some areas that are important to the president while also staying firm on areas that are most vital to rebuilding infrastructure and industries of the future." So finally, we have something going on. It seems like the past few weeks have been a complete waste of time, but I'll keep you updated on what happens with this. Basically, what happens with the infrastructure package is what happens with all of the other social programs or stimulus programs, such as fourth stimulus check, increase in Social Security, home buyers credit, as well as 10 other stimulus programs that have been proposed. Next, let's talk about how some states will pay you up to $2,000 to return to work. So this is referring to the 22 Republican-led states. Some states are actually offering back-to-work bonuses. As I've mentioned before, Arizona is offering $2,000. Now, Republicans are staying firm with their stance in canceling the unemployment benefits before the September 6th expiration date. Democrats don't want that to happen. There's no Democrat state or Democrat-run state that has offered to cancel the unemployment benefits early. Here is Bernie Sanders talking more about why it should not be canceled.
We have more people coming into our shop as a result of raising our wage because people want to support a business that's taking care of their employees. Especially in the restaurant business, turnover is a big issue. And the other issue is burnout. A lot of people work 2 or 3 jobs, and now they're just working 1 job. So people are showing up on time now. They're reporting to work in a better mood. Customer service has improved.
In Pennsylvania and elsewhere, where employers have raised wages, you know what? They're no longer having a labor shortage.
People do not want to go to work.
Many executives have been saying that workers are nowhere to be found.
Labor shortages.
The problem is not a labor shortage. The problem is that all over this country, workers are being asked to work for starvation wages.
We filled the 16 positions practically overnight. Also, our costs are going down as a result of less turnover, and we have not raised prices. At the end of the day, I haven't noticed a difference on our bottom line. We have been loyal to our employees, and we continue to have that loyalty, and that pays back in terms of return on investment and improving business.
This ice cream store business owner is saying that higher wages actually helped his business more. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. You would think this is kind of counterintuitive, that raising the wages would keep people there more and business would still be good. Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. I was actually kind of surprised by that. Next, let's talk about the fourth stimulus check. So fourth stimulus check payments could be back on the table if supporters get their way. So over the past week, there are now over 80 supporters in Congress for the fourth stimulus check. And President Biden is urged by the House Ways and Means Committee members to pass recurring payments during the crisis. More checks could keep millions out of poverty, according to U.S. reps. So back on this past week, the House Ways and Means Committee members, 6 members of Congress, have urged President Biden in a letter to say, hey, we need fourth stimulus checks and we need them to be recurring. Now, the thing is, I'm not sure why they wrote the letter. I'm not sure if they want President Biden to endorse fourth stimulus checks and then it'll gain more popularity, but it's up to Congress to write the laws. So I'm not sure if this was a ploy for more publicity or what, but it is making headlines and more members of Congress are being on board with the fourth stimulus check. Now it just finally needs to make it into the American Families Plan and be voted on, but that also depends on the infrastructure package as well. Infrastructure first, then the American Families Plan. So I'll keep you updated on what happens. So Tlaib and Jayapal have a plan for $2,000 monthly payments. This is what they want. So also Pramila Jayapal put out a resolution to end poverty. Here's a video clip talking more about this, and I'll show you the official legislation for that.
Let me be clear. Poverty exists because we allow it to exist. In the wealthiest country in the world, 140 million people are poor because we have allowed it to be so.
We have allowed it to be so. That was Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal. She's helping spearhead a new push to address poverty from the bottom up. On Thursday, she, a group of Democrats and leaders from the Poor People's Campaign, unveiled a sweeping resolution dubbed the, quote, Third Reconstruction. Among its many goals, guarantee living wages, redirect military and prison spending, expand voting rights, and reform the immigration system. Joining me now to talk all about this, Congresswoman Jayapal, a Democrat from Washington State. Also with me, Bishop William Barber. He's co-chair of the Poor People's Campaign. Welcome to you both, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this. and for your efforts really to eradicate poverty in this country. Congressman, I want to start with you. Just formally introducing this resolution, it is wide-ranging. Give us really the overarching view of what you want to achieve and how quickly you want to achieve it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us both on. And this is an incredibly important movement to eradicate poverty. And it is wide-ranging, Yasmin, because the reality is that poverty is caused by an intersection of multiple factors. And you cannot just eradicate poverty by dealing with one piece. This is structural racism. It is all the ways in which our system has privileged and prioritized the most wealthy and refused to look at the issue of poverty. Just imagine that in the wealthiest country in the world, we have 140 million who are poor or low wealth. Even before the pandemic hit, 40% of Americans did not even have $400 in their bank account for the next emergency. And so this resolution says this is about all of the different factors, from the money that we spend on military spending that we should not spend, that could actually go into investing in housing, in education, and healthcare. All of those pieces, but also taking on structural racism, taking on voting rights, immigration reform. These are part and parcel of what creates poverty in America.
Let me know your thoughts on this, on ending poverty. So before, by accident, I said legislation. It's actually not legislation, it's a resolution. So this is the official text of the resolution. Basically, it goes over all the reasons for poverty, and then it's going for ways of how to fix it. It's very broad in general, so it's about 19 pages here, basically saying, like, don't shut off utilities or cut off utilities or water. Don't do that type of stuff. Increase the minimum wage, increase certain things. So it's kind of a general resolution. It's not necessarily a bill, but she's just putting it out there to hopefully end poverty. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Do you think this is a good idea? Is this going to help the people? Or is it just another social program that may not go anywhere? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comments below. That is all the stimulus news I have for you today. To hopefully brighten your day a bit, here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, it's Bella, tip of the day. I want to tell you the one thing that you should do. Do the things that scare you the most, because that after you do that, you become a better person. Bye.
Yesterday, my daughter Bella was in her very first play. She had one line and did a few things throughout the play. I'm gonna see if I could try to play a clip. I don't want to show any other kids' faces. I'll see if I could blur it. If you don't see a clip, then I wasn't able to blur it. But yeah, it was a great time. I was so proud of her. She actually said her line on time. She enunciated it. It was really cool to see her do that in her very first play. Anyways, I hope you have a great weekend and enjoy yourself. Spend some time with friends, family, doing the things that you love. That is it for now. So if you want to watch more stimulus updates, you can click this link down over here. Or if you want to check out my other channel, click this link up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.